You know, when you go to move, you make plans, you check out the neighborhood, and you say, hey, I want to live in this spot. Or let's just say you're a big corporation and you just say, we're going to put our business in this particular location and we're going to set up shop. But before you do all that, you have to look at all the alternatives and go, what's good for us as a business and what's good for the neighborhood or where we're going to be at. The U.S. has done something like this a while back. They had planned to move the consulate over in Israel to a different location, but they decided, well, we're going to hold off because the neighbors there don't exactly like us, and, well, we're going to have some problems. There is this thing called the Jerusalem Embassy Act, which was created back in May 31st of 1999, where they were going to move the embassy over in Israel to, I think it was from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. But the problem is that there's going to be a lot of tensions if the United States does that for whatever reasons. So all the previous presidents since 1999 have kind of said, yeah, we're going to kind of hold off on this until, things quiet down or our situation's improved. Trump has come along and goes, on the first day, his swearing-in process wasn't even 24 hours old. The paint wasn't even dry yet. And he's like, yeah, got to move it. Got to move it now. Got to get it done. Why?
He's moving to Beverly Hills, right?
He thinks.
Swimming pools, movie stars.
Yeah.
Totally clueless about detente. Totally clueless about everything that's actually going on in the world and has been going on since, I don't know, since I was in junior high in the 70s, since Israel became a nation. I don't know. How could he be this vapid and clueless? I have no idea, because to move our embassy to Jerusalem, it's a disputed holy spot for, Islam and for the Jews and for the Christians. And if the Christians want Armageddon, the ultra right wing's choice, Donald Trump, is about to deliver it for them.
Yeah. If this happens, the change would enforce Israel's absolute claim to ownership of the capital city, which, as you kind of pointed out there, is a fierce contention between the Palestinians, who also recognize the city as their capital, and for the Muslims who identify Jerusalem as some kind of holy site.
Yep.
The Israelites over there have been basically wiping out the Palestinians. It's basically genocide at this point.
They make it sound like, though, it's not that the Palestinians don't also retaliate, but
you're right. They do.
But they're trying to make it sound like it's one-sided, and the Israelites are being attacked solely. This is such a mess. This is all about coming into a place where you don't understand the politics, you don't understand the religion of the area, and you're trying to going back to 1947, going ahead and inserting Jews into here and trying to reform and recreate some kind of state of Israel. And it buggers my mind, because it's very arrogant how this whole thing came about.
Yeah.
And it's been nothing but a wart on and a potential war on the blight of the world since then.
The fact is that and you kind of pointed out earlier, the fact is, I don't think that they care. I don't think the Trump administration even cares. If war breaks out over there, it's like, it's okay. We'll let them all kill themselves, and then we can steal their oil. Because he has said that we should just go over there and just take the oil. I mean, I don't know if there's any oil in Israel, but it would completely destabilize the entire region. Just one action like that is all it takes.
I would say that oil has been the motivating factor, the actual motivating factor behind nearly every action in the Middle East.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the oil that's over there, I don't think anybody over here would even give a flying fuck about Israel or the Middle East at all. They'd probably say stuff like, let them just go ahead and bomb each other into non-existence. It doesn't bother us, because they don't do anything to us. It's the oil we want.
I'm not trying to pretend to understand everything about the different countries in Africa, but we're not half as interested in all of the genocide and things and in coups in
Right.
Africa as we are in the Middle East. And
Right.
everybody says it's because of oil. It's because of what's in the ground.
Yeah.
And everything in Africa has to do with diamonds. It has to do with, again, what can we get from this? And this is
Right.
why the world cares about this.
Yeah.
It's not about people.
No, you're right. It's not about the people, because if it was
Yeah.
about the people, a lot of those people, look at places like, I don't know, Ethiopia, for example.
Yes.
If there were oil there, oh, we'd be over there helping those people in a heartbeat. But there's no oil there. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, we'll kind of send some aid, maybe, help out a little bit, but we're not going to, help fix things and feed people and make your life better in any way.
What gets me to about Israel is these different religions, Christianity and Islam and Judaism. They can't just all agree that they all have a reason for this to be their quote unquote holy site, air quotes happening right now. And why can't you just all get along? Guess what? It existed long before you even came there. I don't know. Because magic sky wizards, I guess.
Because it's magic sky wizards and real stuff like oil. So
Yeah. Thank you, Trump.
yeah, thank you, Trump.